So, in my last video, I talked to you about why exercise is so important when you have COPD. And I'll just go ahead and say it's important for everybody, but specifically for people with COPD. But I promised you that I would tell you how to get started. And that's what I'm going to do today. The beauty of exercise is that it can literally be tailored to you specifically. You don't have to do what everybody else does, you do it to your toleration. So, I'm going to go into a little bit more depth about what I mean by that. But the very first thing you need to do is consult your doctor before you start any kind of exercise program. Always want to do that. Now, the next thing you want to make sure you do is that you hydrate. So, this you want to start before you even start exercising. You need to make sure that you have enough fluid going on in your body. Always want to stay hydrated. Now, on that same topic, if you start exercising or when you start exercising, you may also want to increase your caloric intake. If you're somebody who is at a good healthy weight, make sure that you're eating enough protein so that your muscles are able to build up. So, just another little thing to think about there. Now, the next thing I have on here is to look for a pulmonary rehab. So, if you are not used to exercising and you have COPD, the best way to start is through supervised exercise therapy, which would be pulmonary rehab. Now, I do know that it's really hard to get into a lot of pulmonary rehabs, so you might not be able to do that. But if you can, that's where you want to start. So if you can't find anything like that, you can find pulmonary rehab videos on YouTube. I know myself, my own channel, which is Breathe Better with Elizabeth. I do have videos on there, but there are lots of chair exercise videos and stuff like that on YouTube. So it's always a good place to get started. Now, if you're doing it on your own and not through a pulmonary rehab, I always recommend starting off slow. And I mean very slow. Okay. When you have COPD, you do not want to have the mentality of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or if you're having a really hard time completing an exercise, pushing through it. You don't want to do that. Okay. If you push yourself too far while exercising with COPD, you are going to do more harm than good. I promise you that. Okay. So, no matter how slow it is that you need to start off slow. So, by saying that, you always want to start with breathing exercises. You need to make sure that you know how to do the diaphragmatic breathing, the pursed lipped breathing, and that you do it well because that is what you will practice as you exercise. So, first thing, make sure that you know how to do your breathing exercises. Now, once you've got those down, you can try just stretching. You can try incorporating your breathing exercises into stretching exercises. You can start doing yoga, Tai Chi. Both of those are really easy on the body and will help you. It will enhance how your breathing exercises can be used during movement to exercise. Now, once you do that, the next best thing is walking. Walking is always good because you are using every muscle in your body pretty much when you walk. So, walking is, I feel like, the best exercise for people who have COPD because you can, if you feel like you're not getting much of a workout, walk faster or throw on some ankle weights or hold some little hand weights. You can always amp it up if you need to, but if it's hard for you to do, you can back it up really easy too by just plain stopping, taking some nice easy breaths, and then continuing. So, the biggest thing on here is to listen to your body. Now, what I mean by that is kind of going with what I said earlier, you don't want to push yourself too hard. So I recommend making a scale from 0 to 10, which on my next video, I'm actually going to show you the scale. But just for this video, what you'll do is do 0 to 10. And 0 is going to be, it's not hard for you at all. 10, like the hardest ever. you want to exercise around a 3 or a 4, okay? So you want to exercise to a point where you can still talk while you're exercising, okay? You never want to get to where, oh my gosh, I can't breathe while you're exercising, okay? So I know that sounds weird and it's kind of opposite of what a lot of people think, but especially when you are starting off, you want to make sure that you are breathing easy the whole time, okay? Now, also that being said, if you have a pulse oximeter at home, wear that. You never want to exercise if your oxygen level is below 90%, okay? You don't want to do it. And the reason why is because your body already is just getting what it needs. Now, if you start adding an exercise, your oxygen level is going to drop and you will not get any benefit from the exercise. So that's so, so, so important. Um, but like I said, I wanted to show you kind of how to do it. In my next video, we're going to do a little exercise and I will further explain the chart to you just to make it a little bit easier for you to understand. So remember, every step counts. Embrace the journey as you start exercising and breathe easy and let's get moving.